Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog and apologies for my slightly disheveled appearance. I'm letting my hair dry completely naturally today and I'm not going to apply any heat to it. Quote me on that because I might change my mind later because I am going to film a video. Because with the shoot day yesterday and the day before, I applied a lot of heat to my hair and it looked and felt a little bit frazzled when I came to brushing it. So I thought I would give my hair and skin a day off. I will definitely be applying some more makeup later to film the video. But anyway, I'm in a great mood this morning, despite the fact that it's a very, very miserable day because I have just been editing some festive content, thinking about Vlogmas. Of course I'm going to be doing Vlogmas this year because I've been pretty much daily vlogging since April. So of course, I just can't wait to share the festivities with you. I've actually been also booking in some festive events that we're going to be going to with different friends, most of which are all outdoors. Luckily here in the Cotswolds we're still, touch wood, we're still only tier 1 anyway, which means we are allowed to do most things, so hopefully events won't get cancelled. But yeah, just feeling wonderfully festive. I might actually have to run up and get changed in a minute because for some reason I decided to put on a jumper dress today, even though I think it's about 10 degrees. So I think I might just get changed into my Sweaty Betty thermals because they sound super cozy. But before I do anything else, I want to show you a newly decorated room here in the house. I've been so excited to show you this room because I think it's quite possibly in my top 3 transformations of this whole house. I was hoping to wait a little bit longer to show you the room with the light fittings in place and a bit more furniture, but we don't want to rush the main bit of furniture in this room, and we're finding it quite hard to get a date with an electrician, so who knows how long it could be. And the room is our office. So if you remember, the office is the beautiful room, I'll pop a picture on the screen here, with these stunning 2 big single pane Georgian windows, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite rooms in the house, so bright, so gorgeous, and that's going to be our office. It will also be a bedroom. We're going to put a kind of trunk bed in there, as in a bed that comes out of a trunk. I hope I haven't just invented that. I hope that is an actual thing. So obviously it used to be this creamy shade, and to be honest, it wasn't terribly well decorated before the actual painting had been done. Not to a particularly high standard. It had kind of just been slapped on by the tenant who was here before, and so it needed a lot of prep work before we could even start the painting. But let me now show you the latest room to be decorated in the house. Let me take my coffee along for the ride. I get 1,000,001 questions about these mugs, by the way. It's a brand that Charlie found called Enkuku. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I will leave them linked down below. Okay, so we are now in the office bedroom, and as you can see, we have gone for this really beautiful. By the way, Charlie and I are bickering about this. I reckon the top bit above the beam should be painted, but he reckons it shouldn't. So please leave a comment down below with who you agree with. I think it kind of looks a little bit silly leaving it white. But anyway, so this is the Forest Vista shade from, of course, Crown Paints. We have used Crown Paint throughout the house and we just love it so much. The quality of Crown Paints is absolutely incredible. They have got every single colour that we have wanted for this house renovation. Really beautiful traditional colours, from this really kind of botanical earthy green, which also looks like quite a historic rich kind of green as well, all the way to really beautiful warm whites. I'll go through the house really quickly in a second, like a mini tour, and update you on the other colours to remind you, because I do still get a lot of questions on which colours have been used in which room, and I'm pretty sure I now know the Crown colour charts off the top of my head. So this shade here is Forest Vista, and it is a beautiful colour from the L decoration range by Crown. The reason why we wanted this colour is the light's going to go a bit crazy, but obviously this room, as I mentioned, has the 2 windows which lead out onto the garden, which means it's a really bright room, so we could get away with a slightly darker colour in here. And also we love the idea of kind of bringing the outdoors indoors and continuing the greenscape with this beautiful shade. It's almost like a heritage kind of military green. As you can see, obviously I really wanted this room to be finished to show you, but because that's not going to be happening for at least, I would say it's going to be at least a month until we've been able to find the perfect desk. So what I'll do instead is explain my vision. Charlie's actually done really well. He's found a couple of units, and I think he might have got these from the website Pure White Lines, but I will correct myself down below if not. They are actually new furniture, but they look very old, and it goes really beautifully with the vibe of this room. We're going for a kind of heritage industrial style in here. These are the flowers that came from Bare Minerals the other day. So the units are this metal effect. This one is being used as our camera cupboard, which is fantastic because we never really had anywhere for our cameras before. The room, of course, has underfloor heating. We're thinking of actually getting all of these boxes upgraded because I think our heating system, while the pipes obviously are great, the heating system is 10 years old and this is quite fiddly, so I think we might look at upgrading that. This will kind of mostly be Charlie's office because he's more of a desk-bound person than I am. I tend to be a bit of a roving worker, so I think he will probably spend more time in here than I will, and because of its quite masculine in some ways colouring in here, it's going to be a really good filming backdrop for him. So he's got his rail. We got this fabulous antique chair. Do you remember the vlog where we went to the Station Mill antique shop in Chipping Norton? This was, I think, £95, which we are really, really pleased with. This is another rug that we got from that company Benuta. We think they are fantastic for price versus quality of the rugs, and they do some really good big ones. And we are on the lookout for a massive antique desk to go in the middle here, and then we'll have the two chairs either side. We absolutely had to have a rug in here because I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell. Maybe if I put the camera on the floor. Can you tell, I don't know if you can, how wonky this floor is? If you were to put some marbles on the floor, they would just go absolutely AWOL because it's so uneven. So I think in order to stop a chair with wheels just from flying around all over the place, we definitely need the carpet in here. So another reason why we just loved this, I think they call it on Crown a botanical matte shade. And the reason why a more matte shade, a little bit more of a kind of heritage color, looks so good in here is because this room has the most beautiful detailing when it comes to the paneling. So the paneling in this room is original. I think it's probably 18th, 19th century paneling, possibly even older. I mean, this beam, wow, if this beam could tell some tales, it has been here for many, many centuries, which is incredible. And when we looked at old pictures, it looked as though this room actually used to be a very similar color to this. I guess greens was probably the only really real paint color that they could get back in, goodness me, what was it, Tudor times? Apologies for my historical references. I need to do a little bit more history research, but yeah, in the old pictures, this room does look like it was an earthy green shade. So we are trying to bring it back to its former magic. And I think with the matte shade, it really highlights all the quirks and characteristics of the room. So the paneling, so the detail in the paneling, even all the little knocks, which I personally really, really like. As you can see here, we have got the two wires sticking out for the lights. We have actually ordered the lights. I think they might be arriving any day now. And we picked up these beautiful brass lights from Jim Lawrence. I will pop a picture of them on the screen here. So that will just add to the kind of metal industrial kind of vibe that we are going for. And I think that'll look really, really beautiful against the Forest Vista green. I've popped our Dr. Vranjes Oud Nabil room diffuser in here. This is probably my favorite actually. It's between this or Milano, but where this one is a very oody, almost like vanilla-y, musky fragrance, it just suits the slightly masculine style of this room, and I think it looks great, very striking against this wall, again very striking against the beautiful paneling. I think this detail in the paneling is called figuring, and once again the color of the paint really beautifully brings that out. And then we've got another of these units, which is quite hard for me to show you because of the bright light behind. Even though it's such a grey day, these massive single pane windows let in so much light, so it just doesn't feel like a dark room at all. It really does feel so fresh, and I feel like this room will be really conducive to work as well. I find greens just really therapeutic, so hopefully this will be a great spot for working. One day we might get a fireplace in situ. Obviously we've got a couple of boxes to sort out, but I think this will look fabulous when we've got a massive antique desk in the middle here, 2 chairs, possibly some kind of shelving to keep books. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on the beautiful colour that we ended up going for. As you'll remember, so Andrew was very busy prepping this room, getting rid of the old paint, sanding down the walls. We had this room painted in the Crown Grey primer. They recommend a specific primer for each paint colour. So this room was grey, then it was this beautiful green shade. Okay, let's go. I'll show you just a couple more of the rooms to remind you of some of the other fantastic shades from Crown that we are so happy with. Ooh. I think this room you guys will obviously all remember. It's funny because how it looks on camera is completely different to how it looks in real life for me right now, but this is obviously the pink room. This is the complete contrast to the room next door, very girly, light and fresh shade. This is Crown's ballet shoes, and I just absolutely love it. It's not an overly girly pink, it's a very soft pink. And yeah, I just absolutely adore it. I love how it looks in contrast to the light fittings. And then this shade, oh goodness, I have forgotten the name, but I'll pop it on the screen here. This is also from Crown. This is the shade that we had left over from our bedroom in Chiswick. On the ceiling in here, we have got white glove. I think throughout most of the house, at least the rooms that we've painted, the ceiling is always white glove, and my camera is not enjoying focusing on it, so I'll just show you this angle instead. White glove is a really beautiful fresh white, again from Crown, and it just seems to work no matter what other colour we're putting in the room. I think most of our Chiswick apartment is painted in white glove, but I just love how they look together, especially on the cornicing at the top of the rooms. Okay, I'm showing you this room without the lights on to start with. You can see here how the shade Delicate White, and if I was to paint an entire house in a white shade, I would choose Delicate White because it has just got the most lovely, warm, almost pinky glow. This looks on the camera fairly pinky, but then if I pan round to some other corners where the lighting is different, it's not quite as pinky. It is a very subtle pinky hue, and I absolutely love it. I think it makes the rooms feel so warm, so beautiful, and again it works beautifully on the paneling. This is from Crown's, I think it's from their period collection, and this is of course the shade that we also have in our bedroom, but in there we have got the gold detailing inside some of the paneling. This room is super dark. This is what it looks like without the lights on. I'm actually walking into a pitch black room. My camera is picking up all of that light. Let's flick the lights on. So this, forgive me, it's not the best day for showing you paint because it is just so dark outside. As you'll remember, this room is painted in Crown's Botanical Noir, and this is going to be our cinema / snug room and bedroom. This is our snug sofa, which does pop out to be a sofa bed. We are still awaiting some more furniture in here. Love the contrast with the beams, but yes, this is another shade from Crown's L decoration range. Here we are in our downstairs bathroom. This is another room painted with Crown, another shade from their period collection. This is the Palladian shade. Again, this is one that we used in Chiswick on the faux paneling that we put in on the walls there. And again, we had some left over, so we decided to freshen up the paint in this downstairs bathroom. It's not wildly different to how it was before, but the paint just needed, yeah, a bit of a freshen up, and this color just works so well in here. And once again, white glove on the ceilings. And we finish in the heart of the house where Senor Chiqui is having a lovely little nap by the fire. I won't be left out. I won't be left out. Nice stretch, Plexi. So this kitchen has also been freshly painted and also in a shade not too dissimilar to how it was before. Goodness me, it is really quite challenging to show you the colour. You can see the contrast here between the white door, which is white glove, of course, and then the bluey, kind of duck egg bluey greeny shade is from the Crown Period collection. Another one that I have actually forgotten the name of, so I'll pop that on the screen here. Between all the different collections on Crown, they have so many different shades which work for both period properties, newer rooms which we wanted to make look a little bit more fresh and modern, and even in a room like the kitchen where the walls get scuffed, you might get food splattered on them. It's just really, really durable. So we have been so impressed with Crown. We honestly recommend it to all of our friends. Any of our friends that are decorating, I think we've converted all of our pals to Crown paint. Haven't we, Dexy? Yes, I really like it. Sometimes I get it in my tay-tay though if I get a little bit close to Andrew when he's decorating. So yes, that's a nice little home paint update for you. Now, little boys, are you gonna help Mummy make some luncheon? Isn't that just the perfect picture of a cozy autumn lunch by the fire, under the watchful eye of Dexy, of course. So this is a cauliflower, broccoli and leek cheese soup made very sustainably with the leftovers of the cauliflower and broccoli cheese that Charlie made a couple of nights ago. I blended it up in the Thermomix for about 10 minutes at 90 degrees, speed 5, so it's gone nice and smooth. And let me tell you, it's still pretty darn thick. Let me tell you, this smells amazing. I could probably add a little bit more milk or some veggie stock if I wanted to make it a bit smoother. Some warm, freshly buttered sourdough on my lovely new tray. This was a very kind gift from Lydia and Ali, who came to visit us for a roast last week, and Lydia bought her apple and black currants crumble, homemade, on her version of this, and I kept going on about how much I love the tray. I hope she didn't think I was hinting, but it is rather gorgeous, and she so kindly sent me one of my own, which is perfect for autumn lunches by the fire, and it also stops my little boys from being able to jump on here and access my lunch quite so easily. This smells scrumptious. I'm going to tuck in and probably watch an episode of Gossip Girl. Oh, and I get a million questions about these. These were one of the first things that we got when we moved in here. They are from Goop, these salt and pepper grinders. I absolutely love them. I think you can get them cheaper on Amazon, so I'll try and find somewhere where they're currently in stock and leave them linked down below. And we also get millions of questions about our crockery. All of this stuff is from Brost, which I believe is it Danish? Copenhagen?
Yeah.
Danish brand. Our big bowls are from this brand as well. I've just come upstairs to pop on a tiny bit of makeup. I'm not going to be doing my filming today because I don't know if you can tell, but it's just so dark. It looks like nighttime in here, but it is 3 p.m. And I just want to show you some new beauty products. These were in my PO box. You guys have been leaving some really lovely comments saying that you're really enjoying seeing some new beauty products, especially as we come to the gifting season. So I will continue sharing a few PO box goodies. Gosh, that looks dirty, but I think it's just the mark on the table. So this is a new night cream from Ren. It's their Evercalm Overnight Recovery Balm. Super nourishing. Apparently it's got ingredients which feed the skin with lipids to nourish and moisturize the skin while you sleep, and beta-glucan to soothe and alleviate visible signs of sensitivity. That sounds like a really nice one if you've had, you know, a day outside in the wind or in the cold and you just want something to relax your skin. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then we have some really beautiful products from Stila. This is a gorgeous eyeshadow palette, a really beautiful kind of rose gold and then a bronzy shade. Let's have a look at this colour payoff. Oh wow, that is absolutely beautiful. I would probably line my lash line with that, but then they've also sent a brown liquid, all day waterproof liquid eyeliner. And yeah, it's dark brown, and You may have noticed, I'm obviously not wearing any today, but a couple of you, oh, what is my hair doing? A couple of you actually noticed that I was experimenting with liquid eyeliner a couple of vlogs ago. And I learned a really cool tip from Nikki Makeup during the Clé de Peau masterclass. And her tip was, if you want to create a bit of a flick, the angle that you should do it at should be almost as though it's a continuation of your lower lash line. And mine is quite angular, so my lower lash line goes like this. And then if it was to continue, it would be quite high, almost going up towards the bottom of my brow. So if I was doing a cat flick before hearing this, I probably would have followed my upper lash line and maybe just gone out a little bit. But Nikki was saying the most flattering thing to do is to follow your lower lash line and then go up, which I thought was so interesting. So next time I'm having a makeup day, I will try this out. Dark brown from Stila. Then we have a brow pencil. This is a really lovely taupey blonde shade. We've got a kind of rose goldy, this I believe you can use on your eyes and your lips. Beautiful for those festive makeup looks. And finally, this glossy eye and lip paint. I don't know how this would feel on the eyes, but it's a beautiful colour. I might actually pop that on my lips now because then I have an unboxing to do with you. And obviously not going with today's outfit very well, but this is something else which is in my PO box which I wanted to share with you as we're all looking for our practical winter coats. This was very kindly sent by, I think they're called Triple Fat Goose. It is the warmest puffer coat I think I have ever put on. I can feel instantly, it's like I'm wearing a sleeping bag, and it is so super duper lightweight. It's not heavy or chunky at all. I don't feel like I'm all compressed inside a jacket. I went for this blush pink shade. Ooh, I like that the pockets are zippy. Very practical. Gosh, it's even like a hand warmer in there. And a hood as well. So this is going to be my super practical coat for the winter season. It is so comfortable. I love this shade. There were like navies and blacks on the website as well, but I wanted to go for the pink. So thank you very much. Gosh, I literally look like a cockatoo where my hair is not sitting in the bun. Thank you very much to Triple Fat Goose for providing me with a super duper toasty, very cozy winter coat. Please excuse this very messy desk. This is our kind of post unboxing area. I was planning on doing a full-on Anthropologie homeware haul slash unboxing with you because I had a notification that my 2 deliveries had arrived, but annoyingly it seems to only be 2 items from my delivery. Well, actually technically 10, 11 items, but anyway, there is still more to come, but I thought I would show you what has just arrived. So I ordered some stuff from Anthropologie on their Anthro Day, which was basically, it meant that I got 20% off. So I noticed when we had Charlie's parents over that we didn't have any nice wine glasses, so I've ordered 10 of these. I really like the amber coloured base, and then they're just a little bit unusual with these. They're actually like embossed detail. And yeah, I just thought that they were absolutely lovely. So I've got 10 of those. That's what's in each of these boxes. And then I really liked this vase. It's a very low vase, but also really nice table decoration. It reminds me a little bit of an artichoke. So I'm going to pop that in the dining room. It's one of those things that even if it doesn't have flowers in, I still think it looks really lovely. We are getting quite a lovely display of items here on the dining table. So this is our candelabra from Soho Home. In here is my little collection of gourds. One of them is getting a bit moldy, but it still looks cute from certain angles. Inside this lovely bowl, which Charlie's mum bought us from Dalesford. It's like a cabbage or a lettuce bowl, really lovely. My new little vase looks great. And then we've got this one, where did I get this one from? Zara Home, and then my little H&M platter, all really lovely warm colours. And we have a visitor. There's a doggy in the fireplace. Silly boy. Okay, back down in the kitchen. Just please forgive me for my lack of makeup and lack of attempting to do anything with my hair today. I feel like so many people online would just not pick up the camera when they look like this, but I don't really care. It's one of those days, cozy days, working and relaxing from home. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm just not in the mood to do any more emails for today, is do a little bit of autumnal baking. And it's dangerous to do that because we're not having anybody coming over in the next few days, weeks that I know of, so it means that Charlie and I are going to be the only ones getting to eat whatever I bake. However, I am obsessed with Half Baked Harvest on Instagram, and she published a recipe about a week or so ago, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Let me read to you what it is. Vanilla chai pumpkin latte cupcakes with cinnamon brown sugar frosting. Oh my goodness, I'm going to pop a picture of them up on the screen here from the Half Baked Harvest Instagram. Oh my gosh, I have been thinking about these cupcakes forever since I saw that picture. So I'm going to attempt to make those. I think I added everything that I need for the recipe into my last Sainsbury's online order, including pumpkin puree, which actually I had to get from Amazon because it's like this American company. So let's get the ingredients out and do a bit of Halloween autumn baking. Okay, so I've got all the ingredients out here. The only things I would say are not in like a normal kitchen cupboard are the pumpkin puree. This is what I ordered on Amazon. I mean, I personally had all these spices in the cupboard anyway, but you need ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, cloves, cardamom, allspice, and ground ginger. Coconut oil, I think most kitchen cupboards would have that. Granulated sugar, dark brown sugar, flour over here, vanilla extract, baking soda and baking powder. I also need to go across the field to the farm to get some more eggs. But first of all, I am going to mix up my chai spice. So I need 4 teaspoons of the ground cinnamon. And I'm always pretty generous with my teaspoons because I love cinnamon. 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom. Now I actually only have cardamom pods, which is a bit of a pain, so I'm just going to whack those all in there. Half a teaspoon of grated or ground nutmeg. Now the recipe on Half Baked Harvest actually says half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Now I've only got whole cloves, so what I'm actually going to do is take a little pinch of these and the cardamom pods, should have thought that earlier, and whack them in the Thermomix so they're all blended together. Oh, and did I mention half a teaspoon of allspice, tiny bit of black pepper, and 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. Now this is the boring vlog clip of the day, but I wanted to show you our new wood store. They still haven't taken down the old one yet, but the new one now has a roof. Last time it was hollow at the top, and a few of you are asking, Josie, why is it hollow at the top? But it wasn't quite done. And look at all of these logs. How satisfying is that? So the brother of the chap who installed our Charnwood stoves has a company called Logs, and we haven't got these for free, by the way. This is just me recommending them as a normal paying customer. Yeah, they're based in Burford. I believe they're based in Burford anyway, that's where Walker's stoves are. And when they drop off the logs, they also arrange them for you, and I find this very satisfying. A little bit kind of Nordic looking. There are old ones by comparison. So we are stocked up. I think that'll probably be a couple of months worth of fires. I hope. We shall see how long these last. Look at all these leaves. Oh my goodness. We are going to have another busy day of leaf clearing tomorrow. Okay darlings, I have followed the recipe on the Half Baked Harvest. I'll leave it linked down below, and this is my batter. If you've got a handheld whisk, obviously you just you know what to do for a cupcake. With a Thermomix, I did 10 seconds at speed 4 and then 10 seconds at speed 5, and it is the perfect consistency, and yeah, it literally smells so good. I'm now going to clear a little bit. Ooh. Oh, and I don't know if you saw, but I split the spices in half because this is going to be my seasoning on top of the cupcakes. I'm going to clear this area, and then we're going to put these in their little muffin tins and then in the agar. So my top tip is to use an ice cream scoop to get your batter, get the perfect amount of batter for your little muffin tray. I'm actually very lazy, and it'll probably come back to haunt me one day, but I don't actually line my muffin trays, and I feel like they are always, you know, they just come out really, really easily. Can't remember where I got this one from, probably, I honestly don't have a clue where I got this from. I did get out my muffin silicone things just in case I had enough batter, but it turned out to be the perfect amount for 12. I have to say, I don't know what it is, but consistency wise, they're not the same consistency as normal pumpkins, definitely not normal pumpkin consistency, as normal cupcakes. So I will be intrigued as to the texture of these, but I'm going to pop them in the oven. It says 18 to 22 minutes. I think my oven's a little bit cooler because I'm going to use the, sorry Dickie, I'm going to use the bottom left. We've got the dog's towels drying on the agar at the moment. Bottom left is 150. I think that's 220. So I'll do this one for about 20 minutes and then finish them off in the top one. Okay, I have just done something new for the first time on my Thermomix. I've just run it through a cleaning cycle. I told it that I had dough in here, and it set itself off on this little routine. It was about 6 minutes long. It's quite gentle, like sloshing around. I had a little bit of water and a little bit of fairy liquid in here, and it was covered in very stubborn dough before. So let's see if this has worked. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Obviously dirty water, but if I give it a quick rinse in the sink, then this could be amazing, because that would have taken me a good 5 minutes to clear. Well, I have to say I am pretty darn impressed. I would have literally been at the sink scrubbing for 5 minutes if I hadn't been able to put it on that setting. So that's another thing that Thermomix can do by itself to allow you to do a little bit of multitasking. So the muffins are looking good, smelling different to how I thought they would smell, but they just feel quite solid. I am very intrigued as to the texture of these, how that's going to be. I thought we were going to be doing an aubergine kind of curry for dinner, but Charlie said he can't be bothered. So I am going to try and do a world record on speedy pumpkin risotto, seeing as we are in a pumpkin theme tonight. I think we have most of the ingredients. I'm going to use up another of those tins of pumpkin, and let's see how quickly we can get this done. See, I don't need muffin tins after all. Change of plan, we've remembered that we've got these in the freezer, so we're going to have a super green risotto and a creamy pesto greens. These are so good to have in just on those evenings when you can't be bothered to do anything. I've had that before, it's pretty nice.
40 minutes in the agar. They're not even that unhealthy.
No, they're vegan.
Look at that, 35 minutes plus 10.
While our dinner is in the oven, I'm going to work on the frosting for my pumpkin chai ginger, I can't remember what they're called, vanilla chai pumpkin latte cupcakes, and the ingredients are all of the naughty ones. So we've got butter, sugar and cream. These are all going to get heated together on the hob until everything has melted, then go in the fridge to cool and then added to the spices. Well, it doesn't look quite as good as the half-baked harvest, but I am not displeased with my effort. So this is, gosh, can I remember the name? Vanilla, pumpkin, chai, latte, cupcake. I don't think I spoke through the last step. As you can see, I used the Thermomix to make the buttercream icing. So it's sugar, literally everything naughty, butter, that mixture that I made on the hob earlier, and a little bit more, sorry to be showing you inside that, a little bit more vanilla essence as well. I actually only had one cinnamon stick left, so this is the only one with a garnish. I'm gonna try one of the messier ones. This is the last one that I did, and I shall report back. Oh my goodness. I have just polished off my vanilla, chai, pumpkin, latte, cupcake, and that was so good. It was so delicious. Definitely worth the effort. When I took the first mouthful, I was like, oh my god, it actually tastes like a pumpkin chai latte, which is fantastic. I feel like my face has just gone such a weird shape. It's because I'm having a non-glam day today. You know, when you just look in your reflection and you're like, that is how I feel today. And have I eaten any vegetables today? No. I'm going into hibernation for winter. What do you think, Dexy? Dexy says he loves me anyway. My sweet boy. I have just been catching up on some YouTube videos. Just published an Instagram story of my cupcakes. I love that Tegan from Half Baked Harvest always replies whenever you tag her when you've made one of her recipes. Just so lovely. I think she's got like 2.5 million Instagram followers now, but her blog is amazing. I will leave the pumpkin latte chai vanilla cupcake recipe link down below. And as you can tell, I'm exhausted. I actually woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, and I laid in bed until 4:30. And I've been going ever since. So sorry if the vlog has been a little bit down at tempo. What are we doing tomorrow? I don't know, but I'm gonna get a better night's sleep tonight. We finished Little Fires Everywhere last night. We watched the whole thing in less than a week. Really, really good. I mean, I just love Reese Witherspoon, and whenever I see her, she will always be Elle Woods. Even in one of the scenes, I think it's like the baby shower. And don't worry, I'm not gonna ruin anything. She turns up and she's like, I bought sustenance. And I'm like, oh my god, you literally are Elle Woods. I might rewatch Legally Blonde soon. Someone told me to watch Girl Boss on Netflix. I would love your Netflix recommendations down below, darlings. But I'm going to switch the vlog off for now. I'm going to go and do my evening skincare routine. I'm putting my hand up here because the light is so bad. That is just awful. But darlings, I hope you enjoyed the vlog today. I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Good night.